close we take a look at the 5 biggest plays from the Lions' 147 win over the Vikings in Minneapolis on Sunday, October 1, 2017. Video by Marlo Alter, Detroit Free Press. Watch it all flipped in the third quarter when the Vikings lost Dalvin Cook to injury and the Lions scored the go-ahead touchdown. Minneapolis all hail the Detroit Lions defense. They made huge tackles and got huge sacks. They swatted the ball down, over, and over. And they punched the ball loose at the most critical time, preserving a 147 victory over the Minnesota Vikings. All hail that defense. Late in the fourth quarter, the Vikings had a chance to tie the game. But here came Anthony Zettel, running free. Unblocked. He sacked quarterback Case Keenum, burying him to the ground. Now, the Vikings had one last chance. It was 4th and goal, but Keenum couldn't find anybody. His pass sailed high, out of the back of the end zone. Yes, the 2017 Detroit Lions are going to the playoffs. Vikings got the ball back one more time, but there was Glover Quinn, who punched the ball away from Adam Thielen after he made the catch. Game over. The game flipped on a non-contact injury in the third quarter, with the Vikings ahead 76. Dalvin Cook, the Vikings' talented rookie running back, came flying through a huge hole, right through the middle of the Lions' linebacker-depleted defense. Cook ran for 10 yards, made a quick cut, and grabbed his left knee at the same time. He was in pain before he was even hit. Lions safety Tayven Wilson came up and buried his helmet into the ball. It was a perfect tackle. And the ball popped out. The Lions recovered, and Cook stayed on the ground, writhing in pain. He had to be lifted to his feet and helped off the field. Dalvin Cook's injury did not look good at all. pic.twitter.com/COMXCQYNW7PHB Isaac at World of Isaac. October 1, 2017. Cook was lost for the game. There was 10:25 remaining in the third quarter. The game flipped at that moment. The Vikings crowd at US Bank Stadium went silent. And 5 plays later, running back Amir Abdullah scored a touchdown, and the Lions converted the 2-point conversion, taking a 147 lead. The Vikings came into this game with the third-ranked rush defense in the league. But the Lions attacked Minnesota's strength, giving the ball to Abdullah, who was fantastic. It was a fascinating game plan. Give the ball to Abdullah, going right into the teeth of the Vikings defense. He finished with 94 yards. More Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford was lucky, more than anything. The Vikings had a chance at 4 interceptions, but couldn't come down with them. Stafford also fumbled the ball deep in Lions territory in the third quarter, but it was recovered by Zach Zenner. Hey, it's better to be lucky than have a 10-second runoff, right? To be fair, the Lions missed chances of their own. Late in the second quarter, safety Miles Killebrew had 2 hands on an interception in the end zone, but dropped it. If he makes that catch, the Lions would have gotten out of the first half with a lead. Instead, the Vikings kept the drive alive, and Cook scored on a 5-yard TD as the Vikings held a 73 halftime lead. Overall, the defenses were the story of this game. On the first play of the game, Stafford was sacked by Danielle Hunter, who blew past tackle Rick Wagner. Hunter, a 6'5", 252-pound defensive end, was a one-man wrecking crew for the Vikings. He wrecked drives and wrecked plays and left wreckage all over the field. He had 2 sacks and knocked down a pass, all in the first half. But the Lions' defense was just as outstanding. The Lions' defensive effort was all the more impressive considering their linebacker core is beat up something awful. Jared Davis missed his 2nd straight game for the Lions because of a concussion and neck problem, and Paul Warlow, who started the game, injured his knee on the Vikings' first possession. The Lions' defense made plays all over the field. On the Vikings' first series, safety Tayven Wilson came free on a blitz, forcing a bad throw and ending a drive. There was Zettel grabbing Keenum in a bear hug and throwing him down for a sack. There was Killebrew swatting down a pass. There was Nevin Lawson hitting Jerick McKinnon, knocking the ball loose, and on the next play, the Vikings missed a 39-yard field goal. And on a third 3, Wilson had a fantastic tackle on Stephen Diggs to kill a drive. And in this defensive battle, it was the Lions' defense that won it. Contact Jeff Seidel at freepress.com. Follow him on Twitter at SeidelsJeff.